Um, hey, hey, deal. Um, it's been hard living without you. Even though, like, I, I guess we weren't that close in retrospect. Probably because, like, basically lived halfway across the country from me. But I wanted to, I guess, dedicate this to you. Because whether you know it or not, you had, like, you had a big impact on me. So I'm gonna read you this poem I made. Well, I don't know, I haven't given it a name. And I know a lot of poems that didn't have names, just like took on the first stanza, I guess. So it's called I Remember That Night. I remember that night. Dark, polluted, and scary. I was abusing myself. Mentally. Sometimes physically the same. But no matter what, I always pulled through. That was supposed to be different. I heard the walls talking back. It sounded like my manic screams. Tears flowed down my eyes and onto the floor, creating a puddle of sorrow. Not for me, for my friend, the one who attended my funeral. As I reached in, I saw a message. I ignored it. As I began to make the cut, it glowed once again. I dropped the knife. It plummeted down into the sink, along with my dark red blood. 2 months later, I smiled, genuine smiling. I heard a voice calling. I ran to it like a happy duckling, but like one, I tripped and fell. I remember that blurring. Pink filled the black and white. Suddenly, one more color filled my day. While it may have been visible while it was light, when it was night, the color washed away by blue. No matter how I looked at myself, it was always so blue. I started disconnecting again, saying, how could you? I split into two. I wonder how I could join them together. But I was wrong about a lot of things for that matter. I was crying in my room before my attempt, sleep deprived and hysterical. The walls started to talk to me. They started to tell me things I couldn't fully describe. We've been waiting for you, to see what we are, the jail that you prison yourself in. I waited for a long time, until I finally fell asleep for the first time in 4 days. I woke up about 3 hours later, but it was the key that led me to open the cell door. It revealed a whole new world to me, a place to who I meant to. But there was a war in that comfortable land, screaming. We should have never gave you trainees rights. Go get help. Giving the peaceful people weapons to kill themselves, and inevitably each other with. So I ran to try to find someone else like me. I started to believe there was nothing else here. I denied that possibility of it for ages. But I couldn't lie to myself anymore. I mean, my father said himself I'd be dead by 24. I breathed and listened out. I heard nothing back. I would wander at night and feel the grass. It made me realize how alone I was. I felt that this was my punishment. Probably a failure to be a good kid when I was younger. I wanted to be free, and I wanted it faster. The knives looked so clean from the block. The cool, shiny metal glinting in the light as I pressed it down into my shaded skin. I picked up my phone to see the message as the knife clattered into the sink. I saw kindness. It enveloped me like a warm goddess. It took me to a realm filled entirely of blue. It was cold, velvety, and soft. I laid down and it revealed to me its inner beauty. Masculine, fiery and red, contrasting its submissive form. He took upon my lap and started kissing me. I awoke months later to find the same man who reached out to me on that night like a god from my dream. Coated in white, he passionately pleasured the senses with a blinding pink lust. I heard the soft cries of piano, perhaps along with the cello. I heard his voice speak heavenly. Rapper, welcome to my room. There are some important matters I wish to discuss. First, allow me to introduce myself. I am your force that shall guide you to your salvation. However, for simplicity's sake, you shall call me darling. Now let me clear the air. As if a weight had been lifted, my shoulders lightened. As well, light filled my eyes. He had not yet spoken, yet I understood everything. We were naked. At the end of the month, I was bonded. Bonded, meta, and literal physical form. Fate would push my state farther. Could it have forced me to give up without that blonde? I do not know. V, I'm alive. I can only see into my future, and certainly there will be scare, awful and formidable, type making strongest cry. However, if it shall ruin, it cannot. I will not accept that, since I can only see it one way, and not another. For if it is a hoax, my life shall have ended that not. And if it shall be the promise that bonds me here into my physical form forever, more until it is truly time. That is what is truly about.